In Holland, in Lake Makatawa on Windmill Island, there is a windmill from the Netherlands. We wanted to find out more about the windmill. We interviewed the manager of the Windmill Island, Matt Helmus. This one is the name of the windmill.
So my name is Matt Helmus, and I work for the City of Holland, and what I do is I manage Windmill Island Gardens, and we're home to the Zeeland windmill, the big windmill that came over from the Netherlands, so kind of our region's icon. There for tourists who come into our town, but we're also there for local people. So it's a really neat spot. Again, whether you're Dutch or not, our area, was kind of founded by Dutch people, so we try and tell a little bit of that story of how our area, why people came here in the first place and what they did here way back then. Some of the people who were in charge around Holland got the idea to bring a windmill over from the Netherlands to kind of show off a piece of that heritage. And the Dutch government allowed them to have the last windmill that was allowed to leave the Netherlands. It's been here for almost 60 years, and then it was functioning in the Netherlands for over 100 years. So it's a really old piece of machinery. Our windmill is a grain grinding windmill. So windmills are meant, just like modern wind turbines, they catch the wind. So we have the windmill turn into the wind, facing the wind. And then when the wind blows, those blades that go around the mill will spin, and that sets gears inside the mill that also spin. Then using simple machines, basically, gears, it turns that into, then we have it spin in the middle. So it goes from spinning kind of horizontally to vertical. And that's just what's called a free spin. So just the blades are turning. That's the only thing happening. And when we want to grind grain, we have large sets of mill stones in the fourth floor of the windmill, the fifth floor of the windmill. And we can engage another gear, and so we have a big pile spinning, or a shaft spinning, and we can engage a gear into that pile, and that will actually turn another shaft that's connected to the grinding stones. And then those grinding stones will spin, and we can put grain in those stones, and between the two stones, as it's going around, it'll grind that grain. So the windmill is still operating. As I mentioned, we still can turn the blades. So right now, when the pandemic hit, we actually had to close down the whole park. So most of our staff didn't have jobs at that point. So we're just now starting to retrain new employees to spin the windmill and turn the windmill. So we're doing free spins during the summers when we can, but we're just getting back into this summer of grinding grain. So we're having to retrain people and buy new grain. And so the windmill is still functioning though. So I just invite you guys to come check it out, especially if you've never been. It's not just for tourists, we're there for everyone. And it gives you a little slice of our area's history, of Dutch history, and hopefully some of your own interest as well.
Thank you for your time.
You are so welcome.